Hello, and welcome back to my channel. So we are filming in natural light today, so let me know what you guys think about the lighting in this video. Hopefully everything will be more true to color when I'm not using any studio lights. I'm just using like this huge window in front of me, which is why the background is different. I've kind of turned my desk around so that we're facing this wall rather than where the bed was over there. So in today's video, I've got some new makeup to test with you guys. Some of this stuff I just picked up, some of this stuff I've been testing, so I can let you guys know which is which and my thoughts on the ones that I have been testing. One of the products in this video is the viral e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. If you missed my short, I will link it down below. I put the Charlotte Tilbury on one side and the e.l.f. on one side and also compared it to all the other Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter dupes like the Lumi Glotion, Maybelline 4-in-1, and the Versed Glow Drop. So definitely check that out if you want to see more of like a dupe comparison with that. But in this video, I'm going to be showing you another way that I like to use it. The first product I'm going to use is actually a tinted moisturizer. This is new from Ulta. This is their Tinted Moisturizer Broad Spectrum SPF. I got mine in the shade Tan to Dark. It's been a week since I self-tanned, so this might be a little dark for me, but I went ahead and bought it for when I am self-tanned, which is most of the time. We'll make it work today with concealer if it is a little bit too dark. It claims to provide a dewy, luminous finish with snow, mushroom extract, and olive fruit oil to help hydrate. I got Tan to Dark. I picked this up when I went to Ulta yesterday. I actually wasn't even planning to film a what's new today, but I picked up so much stuff that I was like, you know what? I want to try all this stuff and why not do it on camera. I'm going to use this brush to apply it. This is the Ecotools Angled Foundation Brush. This comes in a set that I love, talked about many times before. Definitely looks like a deep shade. Will be good for when I'm self-tanned, but we'll see how much it shears out on my skin. I'm going to start with this amount. Ooh, okay, that might have been a lot. So I'm going to put some on the back of my hand and spread this much around. Okay, I feel like it definitely is adaptable to your skin tone because this looks really intense, but then it blends to be much more close shade match. So it's somewhat on the sheer side. You can still see my skin through it, but it's evened my skin tone out. I'm gonna see if it's at all buildable in case you wanna add more coverage. Okay, yeah. The coverage is building pretty nicely. I feel like if you wanted to go more sheer than this, the trick would be to just use your fingers. I feel like a brush is going to give you the most coverage possible, which is why I typically like to use a brush with tinted moisturizers because I like to have a little bit of coverage. I'm not into like completely sheer products. I'm really enjoying this. I'm going to keep building it up a little bit just on my cheek area. Then just because it's a much deeper shade than what I am right now, I am going to take a bit down my neck to make sure that there's not a harsh line. I'll update you guys on how this wears throughout the day, but first impression, I'm into it. All right, I'm gonna pair it with my Catrice True Skin Concealer just to conceal under my eyes and brighten it up just a little bit. I have the shade 32 Neutral Biscuit. I'm just gonna use my Real Techniques contour brush to blend this out. I'm really happy with the way my skin is looking right now. It very much still just looks like skin. All right, next up, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. This is a game-changing product in my opinion. This is one of those products where not only is it a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter in the way that it looks, in the way that it feels, but the ingredients actually stack up to Charlotte Tilbury. There's a cosmetic chemist that compared the ingredients in Charlotte Tilbury to the ingredients in e.l.f. And e.l.f. actually beat out Charlotte Tilbury in the quality of the ingredients and the fact that there's nothing harmful in here. I got a lot of messages when I first posted about this on Instagram. People were like, oh, well, you know you're sacrificing quality ingredients with that big of a price cut, but that's not the case. The markup in the makeup industry is astronomical. The amount of money you can make off of makeup is crazy, which is why everybody and their brother is launching makeup lines right now because it is such a high margin market. And yes, there are some cases where you're paying for premium ingredients and premium quality, but a lot of the time you're paying for branding and marketing and packaging and a name associated with a brand. Not that those things aren't worth paying for if those are important to you, but you can't say overall a more expensive product is a higher quality product, and this is a prime example of that not being true. Okay, so I got the shade 3, which is the shade light to medium. It has squalene oil, hyaluronic acid, finely milled powders to help blur lines and pores. This retails for $14 and comes with 1.06 fluid ounces. So I also got a lot of questions on how exactly do I use this product? Like, what is it? Is it a foundation? So it's called a liquid filter, and the ways that you can use it are number one, as like a primer. So this could be your very first step. Gives your skin an all over glow, and it does kind of look like you're wearing a filter, nice and glowy and dewy all over your face. You could, number one, like I said, use it as a primer and then follow up with your foundation, or if you're happy with the way that that looks, you could wear it alone. Or like what I'm gonna do today, you can wear it on top of your foundation or tinted moisturizer for an added glow. This isn't gonna be like a super pigmented liquid highlighter. It's supposed to be something that you can wear all over your skin, so it's not gonna be quite as intense as a liquid highlighter. So if you like a very soft, radiant glow, but you don't like most liquid highlighters because they're too pigmented, they're too intense, this might be a really good option for you. Or like the way that I'm gonna use it is it's a good mixing medium with any cream product if you wanna make it more glowy. So I'm gonna mix it with the Milani Cheek Kiss in the shade Berry Smooch. A little dot of this Milani liquid blush. You can always add, it's harder to take away, so I'm just starting with a small dot. This is also a very deep color. And then I'm also gonna put a dot of this liquid filter on both sides, just to add some glowiness to this blush. I'm gonna use that same brush that I used with my concealer and just blend this out. Do you see how that's adding such a gorgeous glow? Definitely need a touch more cream blush, add a little bit more color, but I love the glow that the e.l.f. gives when you mix it. All right, next up is a new product, or it's new to me. It's been out for a few months, but it's the Revolution Cream Bronzer. A lot of people have been comparing this to the Charlotte Tilbury Cream Bronzer. This is the Ultra Cream Bronzer in the shade Light. It comes in 4 different colors. I thought this was kind of a deep shade to be called Light, but we'll see how pigmented it is when it's applied. Definitely has a scent to it. It kind of smells like sour candy. And I'm just gonna use a fluffy brush to start and just kind of put this in the places I would normally contour. I need to go overboard with this because, like I said, I used a deeper shade of my tinted moisturizer, so I already feel like I'm nice and bronzed up. Woo, that smell is strong. When I was coming here around my nose, it's a strong smell. It's a very creamy formula. It does remind me of the ColourPop Soul Cream Bronzer, at a better price point. It feels very thin in consistency, not like a super moussey one. Like I would say the Chanel feels a little bit more moussey. I'd say this is more similar to the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzer than it is Chanel. Next up is the Essence 16 Hour Cover and Last Powder Foundation. I got the shade Bright Beige, which is 03, because I want to use it under my eyes rather than using it all over my face. It comes in a compact with a little mirror and sponge, but the sponge is kind of flimsy, so I'm going to use a different one. It seems to be a lightweight, high coverage formula with a matte finish, long-lasting oil and shine control. It's also waterproof. So I'm going to use one of these little Velour Puffs. I got these off of Amazon. They came, I want to say in like a 10 pack, and I really, really like them. So I'm just gonna dab my puff in there and start lower down here where you see my pores look pretty pronounced right here, and see how much this can help fix that. So I'm just gonna press. Okay, this is quite mattifying, as you can see, but it's also quite drying. I don't know if you can see around my nose right here, not flattering. I'm gonna see if I can fix that with a brush. I would say that this is definitely geared more toward oily skin, not dry skin. I have combination skin with a few dry patches, mostly around my nose, and you saw how that just looked. Let's apply some kind of under my contour right here as well. It's sort of just like sticking to any dryness on my skin. Okay. I've seen people say really great things about this, but I am really not loving it right now. This may be a totally different product if I didn't use it as a setting powder and I use it more as a actual powder foundation, which is what it's sold as. But as a setting powder, at least on my skin type, I'm not loving this. Let me show you kind of compared to Flower Beauty on the other side. So this is Flower Beauty Light Illusion. This is a perfecting powder sold in the same kind of compact sponge mirror. And let me show you when I apply the same powder puff. I'm gonna wipe off the rest of the essence and apply this to this side of my face. Okay, so same blurring effect, but without that patchiness and super dryness around my nose. This side just looks a lot more airbrushed. The powder feels a lot more finely milled. This side, definitely not as flattering. Not super impressed by this. All right, I'm gonna fill my brows in really quick with the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow. I like this stuff, but it comes out with so much product that I have to literally spend like 30 seconds rubbing the product completely off. Once I do that, I really like this. And then just brush it through. Next up is the Essence Kissed by the Light. This is a multi-use illuminating powder. It sort of looks like a sunshine. It's got a highlighter, bronzer, and blush all in one. I was kind of looking for this to be reminiscent of the Bare Minerals bronzer, but it's sort of like just a highlighter, like a deeper shade of a highlighter. Let me show you guys swatched when I just use this section. This is what it looks like. This just looks like a glowy blush. And then when I just use this section, it's a highlighter. So I don't know that I would say it's 3-in-1. I would say there's like a blush topper and a highlighter in here. So I'm just gonna take this powder brush and dip it mainly in this section right here and go on the high points of my face. And as you can see, it's just adding a nice glow, but it wouldn't be enough to wear on its own, at least for me, because I would have to put the blush in places where I have larger pores. And I like to focus blush toppers just on the high points where really I would put a highlighter. So it's a really nice soft glow. I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's innovative, but I don't love it. If I had to choose between this one and their other new launch, I would go with their other new launch. And this one is $3.99. This is just your straightforward basic highlighter. This comes in 4 different shades, and I like this better. So I got the shade 3, which is the shade Staggering. It's sort of like a pinky champagne color. And I'm just gonna dip, this is an old brush from the My Melody Wet n Wild collaboration. And you can see that this is more of like a real glowy highlighter, but it's very finely milled, so it doesn't look glittery at all. Just a really good highlighter. Essence makes some great ones. Put some on my inner corners. So this is definitely a win for me. I don't have any eyeshadow to test, so I'm just gonna use this Essence Kissed by the Light and kind of mix all these colors together and put this all over my lid and crease. It's like a glowy, bronzy look with a touch of pink. It's actually really pretty as an eyeshadow. I'm just gonna focus my brush right here on only the bronzer to deepen up the crease. Wait, do I like this more as an eyeshadow than on my face? I think I do. And then for mascara, I'm gonna be using the new e.l.f. Big Mood Waterproof Mascara. This has their same really big wand, which I personally really like. It's nice for volumizing. I actually wore this to the pool with my family, and my daughter wanted to go down our neighborhood water slide. And I was like, okay, well, I'll take her. I put her in my lap somehow, and I think I just like had my legs pressed together or something. The way that we were sitting made us just fly down this water slide. So I thought we were gonna get to the end of the slide and just like jump off. My face wouldn't get completely wet. I was wrong. We both went completely under. She's traumatized. I don't think she'll go down that slide again until she's like 16. But all that to tell you that I was wearing this mascara, fully went underwater, dried my eyes off with a towel, and it did not budge. So this is one of the best waterproof mascaras I've ever used, and it's decently volumizing. All right, last but certainly not least is a new lip liner. This is the Rimmel Exaggerate Full Lip Liner in the shade Enchantment. This is kind of pinkier than what I go for, but I'm just gonna be layering over a clear gloss, so I wanna add a little bit of color. All right, so I just filled in a little bit on the outer corners to kind of contour my lips, and now I'm gonna go in with this new product from Milani. This is the Milani Keep It Full Max Balmshell. This is supposed to be an extreme plumping lip gloss. So this retails for $10.99, a little bit pricey. It's a forget the fillers, intense pout, maximization meets serious hydration in this next level plumping formula. High comfort, cushiony balm is loaded with cooling and tingling lip loving ingredients. Mango butter, vitamin E, and a blend of oils. as well as hyaluronic filling spheres and plumping peptides to deliver an amplified pout with a soft shine finish. I like their name, Balmshell, like it's B-A-L-M, like a lip balm plus Balmshell, because it's supposed to really plump your lips. So I have this in the shade 100. It's pretty clear. And I'm just gonna apply all over. I've tried this a couple of times and it definitely tingles quite a bit. Doesn't taste very good, but it feels nicer than most lip plumping products because it does feel almost like a cross between a lip plumper and like a lip oil. All right, so this is our starting point. I'm gonna pause this and then restart it in 5 minutes and you guys can see like, here's where we're starting. Let's see how we end up. All right, this is 5 minutes later. I feel like it's very slight, but there's a little bit of plumping going on. Definitely a lot of tingling. You can really feel this. It feels very cooling. It doesn't hurt in any way. It just feels very cooling on the lips. But that is everything. Those are all the products that I wanted to talk to you about and test with you guys. I feel like out of everything, I really like this new Essence highlighter. It's beautiful. This, huge winner. Incredible. Definitely check out my short to see the application process of this. Absolutely love this product. It lives up to the hype in every single way and can be used in so many different ways. It's a very versatile product. On the fence about this one, don't really know how I want to use it. I'm gonna keep playing around with it. I don't dislike it, but I don't love it. I dislike this as a setting powder. It may be better as an actual powder foundation, but as a setting powder, no go for me. This is a nice creamy, balmy formula, but if you're sensitive to smells, just keep that in mind. I'm really pleasantly surprised by this, another winner. I also really like this lip plumper. I like that it's both a balm and a lip plumper in one. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hopefully the lighting and everything looks okay in this video, and I will see you guys in my next one.